Hey everybody, Bones here, Bones Garage, just bringing you update what's going on at the garage. So, we have some stuff in, and yeah, we're really excited about it. And one of those pieces is this work of art, this thing of beauty. Any car guy will look at this and go, oh yeah. It is a Ford 9-inch differential. This is the center chunk. This is everything right here. Your ring gear, pinion gear, these are pretty much indestructible for a street car. They are so strong. They're just great rear differentials. And I love that the center chunk is removable. All you have to do is you pull your axles, you pull out the center chunk, you put in a different center chunk with a different gear ratio, boom. You can go from highway driving to driving down an 1/8 mile track within an hour of getting to the track, and then put it all back together so this way you can drive back home if you don't blow something up while you're racing. So yeah, that's a beautiful thing. And then we have back here, live from Tokyo or wherever this thing was, we finally have the whole differential housing. And remember, this thing went all around the world. The shipping company screwed up, and it has been almost a month since this was supposed to be here. So now we finally have it. We have it in, and it looks beautiful. That's a Ford 9-inch housing, big bolt pattern for the end caps. We also have a CalTrack system on here, which is really, really nice. The CalTrack system are like the old slapper bars, but better, because they actually take the rear end and push it into the ground, and they keep the rear end from making like an S, the springs. The springs have one job, that is to suspend the car. Keep the car off the ground, keep the rear end up in the air. That is what a spring is supposed to do. When you start giving it multiple jobs, things don't work out right. Now, when you come off the line hard and you start spinning those tires, this spring is going to try and curl up like an S. When that happens and the spring uncurls, it pulls the rear wheel off the ground. Then it'll push the rear wheel back onto the ground. That is known as wheel hop. Wheel hop is one of the most detrimental things you can do to a motor or a chassis of a car. It will break things. Axles, differentials, U-joints, drive shafts, transmissions. It can even travel into the crankshaft. I've seen wheel hop break windshields or rear windows because it flexes the body of the car so hard. That is also one of the reasons we're putting in frame extensions on this car to keep the body of the car from flexing. All of these things we're doing to this car is to make it handle better, perform better, be an all-around better car. When the factories put these together, they put it together for the average person. They don't put it together as a race car. It is just a street car that is driven around and have fun with. We are putting these together as a car that is going to be used more severely than what the factory figured on using. I also prefer a multi-pack leaf spring over a mono leaf, for the simple reason a multi-pack leaf spring acts more like a progressive spring, changing rate as the spring is compressed. So this way you have a much smoother ride, a much better ride, a much more controlled ride. So all of these things are going to help this car handle better. We also, if we go underneath and we look, have the bar in place for the sway bar, the anti-roll bar. It's a nice, large anti-roll bar for the back of this car. And what the anti-roll bar does is it keeps the car flat. As you go into a turn, the car is going to want to tip into that turn. So the car is going to want to do this towards the front wheel and then start turning. The anti-roll bars keep that from happening. So as soon as you turn the wheel, the car wants to just turn. You don't have the delay and all the weight being transferred onto that one front wheel, and then taking all the weight off of the one rear wheel. So you want to keep the car flat. All tires have the same amount of traction now, or at least closer than if you don't have anti-roll bars or sway bars. So these are the little things that we're doing to this car to make it handle, perform, do the things that the guy who owns this car wants to do. And we also got the low profile CalTrack system to keep it up off the ground, because there's another one and it drops it down to probably about here. It's a little bit further down. We have kind of a low profile tire on this car. It's what the owner brought the car in with. We would prefer to see a bigger rear tire, not only taller, but also wider, on a little bit of a wider rim than what he has. That'll probably happen later on. For now, they will work. It's an expensive rim, and the tire's an expensive tire. So, you know, you gotta call it quits somewhere. You gotta do something, and then later on he can get that and just have them put on. So we have all of that done, and just look at how beautiful everything looks. New springs, new U-bolts, all new mounts, new isolators, and we have urethane isolators in between. The nice new CalTrack system. Everything is in to make this better, including we have the Hotchkiss frame extensions or to go in here, or frame stiffeners. They mount from that body bushing there all the way back to the subframe back here. And you can see this is your subframe, and they'll mount way over there. So we have some work to do to get it on, because whoever had done the floor on this, like I showed you in previous videos, didn't do the greatest of jobs. They did cut some of the subframe up, and it's not where it's supposed to be. So we're gonna get it everything right and make it good. And the last thing I wanted to show you is in the trunk. Got all the holes filled up. Didn't do it the way normally I would like to, just rip the whole trunk pan out, put a new one in. He didn't want to go that far, so we went ahead and just patched up all the holes, put some rust inhibitor or rust encapsulator down, then we'll put some more spatter paint like what you have over there on the trunk, and then we have a mat that's going to go down on it. He said that's fine. He doesn't mind doing that. So keep the cost down, you know, trying to help out, trying to make this a car that he can drive and afford. So there you go, guys. There's what's going on with the 69 Chevy Camaro. Have fun. Talk to you soon. Okay, bye.